In this presentation, you will learn about folk and classical performing arts as public communicative platforms. India's performing arts, both folk and classical, have always been much more than entertainment. For centuries, they functioned as people's media, communicating messages of religion, history, culture, and social reform to the masses. At a time when literacy was low and printed texts were rare, these arts helped communities learn values, preserve identity, and discuss collective concerns. The six major art forms that we discuss in this video are Tamasha, Kirtan, Povada, Lavani, Kathakali, Yakshagana. We start with the first one, which is Tamasha. This is popularly seen in Maharashtra. Tamasha is a vibrant folk theatre of Maharashtra, flourishing since the 16th century. It combines dance, music, drama, comedy, and satire. Traditionally performed in open air spaces such as village squares or during fairs. It is famous for its Lavani songs and Vag, which is comic dialogues. We also need to understand how tamasha plays a communicative role. So therefore, in our first point, we see satirical commentary. Tamasha was a way to mock social evils. That means it criticized social evils, corrupt officials, and unjust rulers without directly confronting authority. Audiences could laugh while also recognizing the deeper meaning. Our second point, education through entertainment. Common people, many of whom were illiterate, understood issues through humor, song, and storytelling. Thirdly, it created social awareness. Tamasha highlighted everyday struggles like poverty, inequality, caste barriers, thus stimulating discussion. And fourth, political mobilization. During the freedom struggle, Tamasha carried hidden nationalist messages, awakening patriotism. So it encouraged the people to fight for their freedom. An example, a Tamasha play might use the story of a greedy landlord to reflect real life oppression, teaching audiences about justice and fairness. Kirtan. This art form is famous in Maharashtra, Karnataka, and beyond. Kirtan is a spiritual performance tradition blending storytelling, devotional songs, and moral teachings. Kirtan is rooted in the Bhakti movement, which was during the 13th to 17th centuries, led by saints like Tukaram, Namdev, and Eknath. The performer or kirtankar sits with simple instruments like tambura, cymbals, and mridangam. Kirtan plays a very important communicative role. Firstly, religious communication. It comprises or is made up of sacred stories from the Ramayana, Mahabharata, and Bhagavad Purana and makes it accessible or reachable to the common people. Kirtan is sung in the language of the people, so they use local dialects and proverbs so that the villagers can easily understand philosophical ideas. Kirtankars were social reformers. Saints used kirtan to speak against caste discrimination, untouchability, and blind rituals. Kirtan forms a collective experience. Kirtan created a shared spiritual space, building unity among communities and people. Let us look at an example. A Kirtankar might narrate Krishna's playful acts, but connect them to daily moral lessons like compassion, humility, and honesty, turning divine stories into everyday guides. So it helps to guide people according to the good values taught to us through our religions. The next type is Povada, which is famous in Maharashtra. Povada is a narrative ballet which was developed in the 17th century. It is performed with powerful singing, loud drums, and energetic gestures. It focuses on heroic tales, battles, and historical events. The Povada also plays an important communicative role. Firstly, heroic inspiration. Celebrated leaders like Shivaji Maharaj inspired pride and bravery among the people. Powada gave us a collective identity. It helps shape a sense of Maharashtra nationalism and resistance against foreign rule. Powada is also a political tool. They are not just historical, but they carry subtle political messages, rallying people against injustice. Powada also creates community bonding. The performances are participatory, where audiences can clap, sing along, and shout in support. An example, a Povada on the Battle of Sinhagad, which happened in 1670, highlighted Tanaji Malusare's sacrifice, reinforcing the values of loyalty, courage, and selflessness. Lavani, a popular form in Maharashtra. Lavani is a lively dance drama form performed to the beats of the dholki. It is characterized by expressive singing, fast rhythms, and energetic dance movements. It is often performed in tamasha plays, but also independently. Lavani has a very important communicative role. It acts like a social mirror. Through bold lyrics, Lavani expresses themes of love, gender relations, women's struggles, and family issues. Lavani is the woman's voice. It gave women performers a public stage to speak, indirectly questioning patriarchy. Lavani is a political expression. It was used during the Indian freedom struggle to spread patriotic ideas. Lavani helps education through humor. Many Lavani songs used witty wordplay, that means smart wordplay, to expose various hypocrisies existing in society. An example, a Lavani might mock a drunkard husband, indirectly raising awareness about the harmful effects of alcoholism on families. The next dance form is Kathakali from Kerala. This is a classical dance drama of Kerala dating back 400 years. It is recognized by extravagant costumes, painted faces, tall headgear, and dramatic makeup. Even the makeup colors symbolize characters. So, green for heroes, red for villains, black for evil. The stories are drawn from Ramayana, Mahabharata, and the Puranas. It uses a codified language of mudras, which are hand gestures, rasas, which are emotions, and exaggerated facial expressions. Kathakali plays an important communicative role. It is considered epic communication because it brought mythological stories to illiterate rural audiences in the visual form. It leads to moral education. It emphasized values of dharma, which is righteousness, truth, justice, and devotion. It gives us a lot of symbolism. The colors, gestures, and movements communicated ideas beyond words. Therefore, the viewers are able to interpret deeper meanings. In modern times, Kathakali is still relevant. It is sometimes adapted to comment on various environmental and social issues. An example, the enactment of Ravana's arrogance or Duryodhana's downfall communicates the dangers of pride, ego, and greed in both ancient and modern life. Our last art form is Yakshagana from Karnataka. Yakshagana is a traditional folk theatre from coastal Karnataka, popular since the 16th century. It combines song, music, dance, elaborate costumes, and storytelling. It is performed in open spaces, often lasting the entire night. Themes include mythology, folklore, and local legends. Yakshagana plays an important communicative role. Religious and cultural education, due to shared stories of gods, heroes, and demons with common people and even illiterate people. Yakshagana involves improvisation. Unlike Kathakali, Yakshagana allows performers to improvise dialogue, making it more interactive and responsive to current issues. Yakshagana forms social commentary. Artists often inserted jokes or satirical remarks about local politics, village disputes, or moral concerns. It is also a form of community gathering. It served as the festival-like event where villagers discussed problems, celebrated culture, and strengthened bonds. An example, a Yakshagana troupe performing the story of Arjuna's penance may also comment humorously on a local politician's corruption, making the performance directly relevant. Folk and classical performing arts of India, like Tamasha, Kirtan, Povada, Lavani, Kathakali, and Yakshagana, are living communication platforms. They educated illiterate populations, they entertained while passing moral and social lessons, they preserved cultural memory and identity, they mobilized communities for reform, resistance, and unity. Even in today's digital era, these forms remind us that art is not only for amusement, but also a medium of dialogue, awareness, and transformation. Thank you for watching the presentation. Do like, share, subscribe, and leave your comments about this presentation or any other topics you would like to learn more about.